Sports Night, Gord Stellick has told Harold Ballard, "I quit." Ryan Sandberg and the Cubs are making it tough on the Expos. Scores and highlights from both leagues. Little League Championship opens on the weekend in Edmonton. We'll have a preview. The PGA Golf Championship continues today near Chicago. And of course, being Friday night, the plays of the week tonight on Sports Night. And good evening. Darren is on assignment in Disneyland. Okay. We start with hockey. Just after a year of taking the job, Gord Stellick has packed it in as the general manager of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and by doing that, certainly did himself a great favor. Working for Harold Ballard can be quite an experience, as Stellick found out. Bill Bird from Global TV in Toronto has more.
The straw that broke the camel's back was this headline in last Sunday's Toronto Star. Stellick knew his days were numbered, and today at a hurriedly called conference, Stellick, with younger brother Bob in attendance, decided to call it quits.
Well, it's been building up for about 8 or 9 months, in the sense that, you know, when you're getting the squeeze, I was getting the squeeze pretty good. And anytime the squeeze came or more obstacles were put up, I tried to see what was the best way to work around them. I walk out today with my pride and my dignity. I don't have my company car. I had to drive Bob's with the dog hair in it. But that's a big point of it, and that's the thing. And I'm confident I'll land on both feet somewhere.
Although Stellick wouldn't say so, somewhere is rumored to be New York, where he could become an assistant to Rangers general manager Neil Smith. It is also rumored Roger Nielsen and Dan Maloney will hold coaching positions with the team. Showing a great deal of class, Stellick refused to slam his boss and talked about their meeting this morning.
I think it's, you know, best if I move on, and I'm going to resign. I think he was surprised. Then he just said, well, don't be silly. And I just said, no, I think it's in your best interest, and that. So I had turned everything in, and he was good. We shook hands, and that was it.
It was apparent Stellick's authority had been eroded when George Armstrong was given the say-so by Ballard, if not the title. But the beginning of the end was the firing of John Brophy as coach last December. The actual decision came several weeks later than Stellick would have liked, but it was a move designed to appease Ballard.
But I know Mr. Ballard was sour because, you know, his intention was to put Brophy on a 30-day vacation, and he may come back, and I didn't do it that way. So, you know, it started bit by bit from there. And, you know, looking back, I said, you know, every year, if I keep moving down one seat at the draft table, I'll be out in about 8 years. So maybe I better start, you know, to look at a different perspective.
Stellick was roundly criticized for sending Russ Courtnall to Montreal in exchange for tough guy John Kordick. That move was made to keep Brophy happy. The best moves in Stellick's 16 months as GM, perhaps grabbing veteran Brad Marsh in the waiver draft to add some much-needed stability, or grabbing 2 first-round draft picks for Ken Reagan. At any rate, Stellick feels the Leafs aren't that far from respectability.
I just think that the first step is to get a consistency of an 80-game season, and I don't think they're far from that. And then once you're there, it's not that hard to win the North Division, and who knows what could happen. I think they're on the right track in a lot of ways.
And not a great day for Harold Ballard. First his GM quit, then Harold's son slapped dad with a $70 million lawsuit. Bill Ballard and a business partner are suing Ballard Sr. and Associates over a share deal in June involving Maple Leaf Gardens. If they win the suit, the younger Ballard would be in a position to take over the majority ownership of the Gardens and the NHL team. Well, still with hockey, another defection from European to North American hockey, and the St. Albert Saints are the beneficiaries. Mike English has more.
With the recent influx of Eastern Europeans into North American hockey, the signing of a defector has almost become passé. But certainly not in the eyes of the AJHL St. Albert Saints, who today announced the signing of Czech defector Patrick Ondříček.
When I come to Canada, because I come for holiday, and it's first when I come to Canada and I give my decision, I would like staying here.
Ondříček was originally the property of the Olds Grizzlies, but the Saints made a deal to acquire his playing rights.
About a month ago, I got in touch with Bob Clark from the Olds Grizzlies and got permission from Bob to talk to Patrick. The negotiations took place for a month to sort of get Patrick to come to us.
Ondříček had thoughts of playing with the U of A Golden Bears, but eventually decided the AJHL might be the quicker road to his ultimate destination, that being the National Hockey League.
I would like to try play in the NHL, but I think so for me it's the best road when I start with St. Albert.
While the Saints season doesn't start for another month and a half, Ondříček is already looking ahead to the Christmas break. when the Saints take on the Czechoslovakian Junior Selects. Mike English, ITV Sports Night.
To the links we go. Rain and lightning caused some problems during the second round of the PGA Championship near Chicago today. In fact, play had to be suspended due to darkness. Some golfers will have to finish up tomorrow. Mike Reed is the leader after a 5-under 67 today. He's minus 11, 2 strokes ahead of Leonard Thompson and Craig Stadler. Tom Watson, who has never won the PGA, minus 8. 4 others are at minus 7. Whether it's Perry Fiore as well as Rummels and Andy Bean. Jack Nicklaus is 5 off the pace. The legendary Arnold Palmer, 74 today. He's now 9 back. Dave Barr, 13 back of Reed. With more in round 2, we have this report.
Craig Stadler stood the clear, warm morning on its ear with a 64, the second lowest score in PGA Championship history. Leonard Thompson, who was tied with Reed after the first round, shot a 69 on Friday and joined Stadler at 9 under par, 135.
When I shoot 9 under par on a golf course like Kemper Lakes, I've always got good feelings about it.
I think 70 or 69 it would have been a real good score, but you know, after today, you get the feeling that you can birdie almost everything, and why not?
A violent afternoon thunderstorm sent the huge crowd and the golfers scrambling for cover, interrupting play for an hour and 48 minutes. But for all of its natural electricity, nothing could still match the continuing shadow cast over this event by the legendary Arnold Palmer. A 2 over par 74 on Friday, but still 2 under par for the 36th hole.
It's been fun, and the golf has been reasonably good. I certainly would have liked to have shot a little better around today. Anything under par, somewhere in the 70, 71 range would have been good.
As though inspired by his ancient rival, Jack Nicklaus continued to patch together memories of yesteryear as well. His even par 72 Friday puts him 2 up on Palmer and 7 off Reed's lead.
Well, baseball is next on Sports Night. Our first stop, Southern California. Stay with us. Welcome back. Now the baseball story. We started the American League West where the California Angels and Oakland A's began an important 3-game series. A showdown for first place. The Angels held a 2 percentage point lead over the A's heading into tonight's opener. Let's go to the Big A for the highlights. Athletics have a chance to take the lead in the third inning. Ricky Henderson lifts the ball to Tony Armisen right. Terry Steinbeck tags the third. Parrish with a throw. It's a close play, but Steinbeck is called out. Now, was it the right call? You decide. Watch the foot just slide across. No scoring in the game until the top of the 5th inning. Runners on the corners for Oakland, none out. Walt Weiss hits a single off Mike Witt. Javier scores. It is 1-0. Next inning, Witt serves one to Tony Phillips. It's a home run pitch, and it is gone. Phillips makes no mistake. A 2-run shot is 4th of the year. 3-0 for Oakland at that point. It is now 5-0. The A's are leading the California Angels. Bottom of the 9th inning. Carney Lansford is homered for the A's, who are about to take over top spot in that division. The Angels will be without shortstop Dick Schofield 2 to 3 weeks with a broken finger. Schofield was injured last night against Seattle when hit by a pitch from Scott Bankhead. The Toronto Blue Jays on the road this weekend in Kansas City. The Jays once again looking to go over the 500 mark and a little closer to Baltimore in the AL East. The Orioles had a 2-game lead over Toronto before the day began. No scoring till the 3rd inning. Bo Jackson battling, ground ball. Fernandez to lead, but Jackson will not be doubled off. Wilson scores 1-0 KC. Bottom of the 4th, Frank White at the plate, and he bounces one up the middle. Fernandez charges the ball, makes the throw to first in time, but Fernandez hurt his elbow. Nothing serious, mind you, but he did sit out the rest of the game. To the bottom of the 8th inning, Kurt Stillwell delivers for the Royals with a 2-run double. That scores Bo Jackson and Danny Tartabull. At this point of the game, Brett Saberhagen had a comfortable 6-0 lead. While the Jays weren't winners tonight, they did manage to break up Saberhagen's shutout bid. Top of the 9th inning, Freddie McGriff, a 2-out, 2-run homer. And that was it, however, as the Jays lose in Kansas City. Final score was 6-2. Saberhagen's record now at 13-5. Mike Flanagan took the loss. He drops to 6-8 on the season home run number 31 for Freddie McGriff tonight. Red Sox Orioles. Roger Clemens on the hill. Boston in the first game of the doubleheader. 2nd inning, Clemens delivers to Stan Jefferson. He goes around deep to right over the fence. 2-0 Baltimore. First home run of the year for Jefferson. No scoring into the Sox half of the 5th inning. Nick Asaski rides Bob Malaki's pitch over the 360 mark and left. The game is tied at 2. In the next inning, Boston take the lead for good. 4 runs cross the plate, 2 of which, thanks to this Dewey Evans triple. Stan Jefferson can't make the catch. Burke and Heath will come home on the play. The Red Sox come back to win the game, the first of the doubleheader. 6-4 the final score. Roger Clemens earned the victory. A 3-hitter, his 12th of the season against 8 losses. Bob Milacki, the loser for the Birds. In Game 2, Pete Harnisch pitched his first complete game, retiring 17 batters in a row to get the win. He's now 2-5. Phil Bradley homered for Baltimore. They win at 4-1. The O's are now 2.5 games ahead of Toronto. Indians versus Brewers, bottom of the first inning. Joe Carter put his Cleveland team ahead, lining a shot to left field. One man aboard. It is 2-0 Cleveland. Carter's 23rd home run of the season. The assault continued in the Indians' half of the third. Paul Molitor makes an error at third base, and that allows Jerry Brown to score 3-0. Same inning, Pete O'Brien at the plate. A base hit to left. Dion James beats the throw at the plate. 4-0. The Tribe add another in the 7th and take the first half of the Twin Bill. 5-0 the score. John Farrell's record improves to 7-11. Joe Carter was the only home run in the game. And in the second game, the Milwaukee Brewers won it 8-7 despite another 2 home runs from Joe Carter. Big day for him. Mark Knutson got the win. He's now 3-3. In Seattle, the Mariners and White Sox are currently tied at 5 playing down the 8th inning. In the heart of Texas, the Rangers beat Detroit 7-3. In Cavilla, Franco Sierra among the home run hitters for Texas tonight. At Minnesota, the Yankees hammered the Twins 11-3. Steve Bye-Bye Balboni, 2 home runs tonight, is 14 now in the year for him. Walt Terrell got the win 1-2. Shane Raleigh took the loss. He's now at 5-10. Well, coming up the National League, the Expos were looking to win for the first time in a week. We move now to the National League. The Expos return to action tonight as they were hosting the Pittsburgh Pirates. Montreal, hoping a day off yesterday would help cure a dreadful losing streak. The Expos had 9-3 Mark Langston on the mound, hoping to halt a 7-game skid. Langston was on his game tonight, and with the way he has been pitching, the big lefty, it's going to take a lot of money to keep him in Montreal. And the Expos leading 2-1. Anders Galarraga gets the pitch. John Smiley serves it up, and it is 3-1 Montreal. Same inning, and Tim Wallach will add some insurance as he drives Tim Raines home. It's 4-1 Langston. Went the distance, a 6-hitter, 4 Ks, improving his record to 10-3 as the Expos snap a 7-game losing streak. Smiley took the loss. His record now at 9-7. Montreal over Pittsburgh, 4-1. One of the main reasons for the Chicago Cubs' hot streak has been the play of second baseman Ryne Sandberg. Today against the Philadelphia Phillies, Sandberg hit his 6th home run in his last 5 games. The Cubs beat the Phillies. The final was 9-2. Andre Dawson has been in a terrible slump, but today the Hawk broke out of it, a solo blast, and it gave the Cubs a 2-0 lead. Holy cow, versus the Phillies in this game. Now, a guy that has been swinging a hot bat, Ryne Sandberg, cracks this 2-out home run. It's a 2-run shot in the 5th inning. His 6th hitter in 5 games. His 10th home run in 15 games. His 22nd of the year. Hitting a home run in 5 straight games caused a club record that was set in 1928 by good old Hack Wilson. Greg Maddux got the win for the Cubs. His record is now 14-8. The Cubs remain 3 games up on Montreal. Cards versus the Mets, 3rd inning. Pedro Guerrero will drop one into left field off Frank Viola. Vince Coleman will come in to score. It's 1-0 St. Louis. And Barry Lyons, talented guy, just kind of tosses over his back and puts it behind his back there and makes the catch. 9th inning, Guerrero to right field. This time off reliever Jeff Musselman. Cards drop 3-0. The Mets drop a further behind the Expos and Cubs with the loss. Terry Scott got the win. His record now is at 8-10. Frank Viola took the loss. He is at 1-1 with the New York Mets. In the NL West, the Houston Astros started the night 3 games behind the front-running San Francisco Giants. Houston at home at the Dome to the Cincinnati Reds. 3rd inning. Eric the Red Davis is up facing Rick Rhoden. The solo shot gave Cincinnati a 1-0 lead. Davis, his 24th homer of the year, and he would add number 25 later on. Since he pitcher Tim Larry helped his own cause, he drives one into left field. Todd Benzinger scores 2-0, and Leary got the win as he went 7+ innings. Cincinnati beat the Houston Astros. The final in that one was 6-1. In San Francisco, Matt Williams hit a 2-run home run in the 3rd inning. The Giants are leading the Dodgers 10-2 in the 6th, so San Fran will likely now go 4 up on Houston. The Atlanta Braves scored 4 runs in the 5th inning to beat the Padres 6-5. Evans, McDowell, and Murphy homered for Atlanta. Mark Eichhorn, 4-3, got the win. Bip Roberts homered for San Diego. In Game 2, Jack Clark is homered for the Padres, and they are leading the Atlanta Braves 2-0, playing in the 4th inning. A U.S. federal judge has barred baseball commissioner Bart Giamatti from conducting next week's disciplinary hearing against Reds manager Pete Rose. Judge John Holshoe has ordered the baseball boss not to hold the hearing until after the Court of Appeals decide whether the case belongs in federal or state court. Giamatti's hearing was set for Tuesday, and will this thing ever end? That is the question. The Trappers, after pulling out a 2-1 victory in Tucson last night, moved on to Colorado Springs tonight to begin a series with the Sky Sox. And playing in the 7th inning, the Edmonton Trappers are leading the game 4-0, scoring all 4 runs in the 7th inning. We'll continue with more Sports Night after the break. Do stay with us. We're back from the fridge after the break. Okay, let's continue with football. The BC Lions, losers of their first 5 games, also lost running back Tony Cherry 2 to 4 weeks. Cherry broke his jaw Wednesday night in the Leos' 33-13 setback to the Eskimos. Darrell Wallace will take Cherry's spot in the backfield when the Lions host the Toronto Argonauts on Tuesday. NFL notes the LA Raiders will have Zeef Lee. Will take the first crack at filling the safety spot left vacant by the death of Stacey Torn, who died last weekend in a car accident. The Buffalo Bills have reached a tentative contract agreement with linebacker Darryl Talley. Meanwhile, the Cincinnati Bengals will be without linebacker Reggie Williams for at least 2 weeks after undergoing knee surgery. In the meantime, the Little League Baseball Championships, the Canadian Championships, tomorrow beginning at Gold Stick Park. The tournament runs all week with the winner off to the Little League World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Confederation of Edmonton is our rep.
For many of these Little Leaguers, this is the event of their young lives. The Canadian Little League Championship opening tomorrow at Gold Stick Park, with these 11 and 12-year-olds from Confederation Park being part of it.
Yeah, we're excited, and we think we can win if we play good and if we play up to our capabilities.
New shale down here. It's a little course. Let's watch the grounders. Wicked. Okay, take one, Steve.
The coach of Confederation Park is Greg Garbutt, who's been this route before, taking a team to the Canadian Championship 2 years ago.
The boys are not quite as big. However, we have better pitching depth. Back then, we had one very, very good pitcher, a second quite good one, and that was about it on the pitching staff. This year, we have 2 very, very good pitchers, a 3rd and 4th, and very good ones, and we have 6 very competent ones.
According to Garbutt, his team is showing no signs of nervousness, but some of his charges beg to differ.
You kind of feel tense. You want to get out there and start playing. You don't want to wait any longer.
But Curtis won't have to wait much longer, as Confederation Park will take to the field tomorrow afternoon against BC, with ambitions of fulfilling their own Field of Dreams. Mike English, ITV Sports Night.
Well, it's now time to find out who our athlete of the week is, and there were some others that came close. Ryan Sandberg, the Cubs, 6 home runs this week. Golf legend Arnold Palmer for that great round yesterday, the age of 59, -4 at the PGA. The Brickmen as a team, well, they ended Vancouver's 44-game unbeaten string. But this is the guy that we picked, Dave Dravecky of the San Francisco Giants. Just 10 months after undergoing major cancer surgery on his pitching arm, Dravecky pitched a great game yesterday versus the Cincinnati Reds. Just 4 hits over 8 innings, and quite an accomplishment by Dave Dravecky.
You know, when I really got down to the bottom line and really putting things into perspective, there was really no reason to fear anything, because getting to this point in most people's eyes was not a possibility. And so obviously it's a miracle of God, and anything after this is just icing on the cake.
Dave Dravecky, our player of the week, and still to come on Sports Night, the plays of the week, so do stay with us. Well, coming up this weekend, the Edmonton Brickmen will be hosting Calgary's second-place battle in the CSL West, 2 o'clock at Clark Park. Celebrity Slow Pitch Tournament on Sunday afternoon at Ducey Park. A whole pile of celebrities will be there. Now, if you're having trouble finding enough time to golf during the day, why not follow the example of a recent tournament in Utah? Night golf has received some glowing reviews.
More than 100 golfers got ready to take a shot in the dark, but before they practiced putting, they put on protection.
That's for my back.
so nobody hits me. That's the Darth Vader glow stick.
Besides the game's necessary gear, these golfers said they came to the course equipped with a sense of humor. So you won't get angry with a bad shot?
No. You can't, because there's going to be a lot of them.
Golf is tough enough. Whoever invented this is sick. It should be put away, all right? The only thing good about this is no one knows who you are.
Unless you happen to be the most recognizable sports figure in Utah, then even Frank Layden can't cloak himself in darkness.
Oh, nice shot. Nice shot. Okay.
I don't know.
Right down the middle.
Straight away. Maybe I should play at night. That's my problem.
There are the normal problems that come with golf, like hitting in and out of the sand, but reading the break of a green becomes triple tough at night, although par is not impossible.
Hey, man, we got a 5. Right. We got a 5 and on our way.
Others were on their way to triple bogeys, but the event raised some $15,000 for Holy Cross Hospital, so congratulations to all.
And to all a good night.
This is Steve Cyphers for CBS News.
Okay, it's now time for the plays of the week and other strange happenings from World of Sport. Let's go to the video. Let's start on the gridiron. Football in Japan. 49ers on a clinic here in Tokyo. Great run. Then the fun begins. The ball pops loose. It belongs to the Niners. No to the Rams. And the pigskin eventually did belong to San Fran. And chalkboard TD. Okay, same game. Steve Young buries some cameramen, but at least they do get the close-up. NFL football in jolly old England. Remember this guy? Gizmo doesn't disappoint. A great grab. Up and over. Then again, he'll do a little bit of a flip, despite the 5-yard penalty. All right, Giz. The Eskimos' Enos Jackson was not about to let David Williams of BC get loose, the rookie DB, annoying. Williams Jackson swinging away in the orange jerseys. And Jan Griffey also takes a swipe. Come on, guys, only a game. Come on, here we go to the catches of the week to the diamond. First, Jesse Barfield of the Yankees sliding on the carpet. How about this group effort? Damaso Garcia thought he had it, but Hubie Brooks has it for the out. Look at the great snag by Mike Devereaux of the Orioles. Mike will jump up and steal a home run from Harold Baines. Jeffrey Leonard of the Mariners seems to enjoy pain. Big smile after Bob Welsh nailed him, trying to pick up 0-0. Paul Molitor hits a high pop ball. Dave Bergman of the Tigers heads to the Milwaukee dugout. Didn't get the ball, but nailed the water bucket. The Philly fanatic was getting under the skin of the New York Mets, so they had a plot. Let's get this guy. They drag him to the dugout. Now, this is cruel, folks. They rearrange his head. The commissioner's office is now investigating. Great golf shot here at the sand of the PGA. Mark McCumber routine. No problem with that. Mark McCumber. Now, there ain't enough mustard for this hot dog. Jorge Paez. Nothing flashy. The guy just comes to the ring, just wants to do his job. 9th round, Paez starts to do jumping jacks. Look at this. He's kind of got bored with the fight. 1, 2, 1, 2. But Stevie Cruz couldn't hit him. Got the decision. Now Paez with a Batman logo carved on the side of the head. Come on, guys, clear out. There's a backflip. Now, come on, let's do one more. Jorge, come on. Yeah. One more backflip. Little dance in there. Break dancing. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Jorge Paez, and that is our plays of the week. And have yourselves a great weekend. Darren Detition returns from Disneyland on Monday. Have a great weekend. See you later. Good night, everybody.